Hey, what's happening there, guys? How you all doing out there on this mud ball we call Earth? Well, it's Halloween evening, October 31st, 2022. It's funny how we say things like that are obvious, but I don't know, I guess that's just, showmanship, I suppose, or maybe it's for stupid people, I don't know, because obviously Halloween is on October 31st, so. And I've been hearing the little kids trick or treating and looked out my window, and yeah, it's cute. Brings a smile to my face. I guess it's one of those rare times where, yeah, maybe it would have been cool to get married and have kids, but then again, kids are a lot of work, a lot of anxiety, a lot of heartache. So anyway, moving on to something much more positive for you fellow car enthusiasts and lovers of art and œuvres d'art, works of art, such as the 1948 Tucker torpedo, or known also as the 48 Tucker. Actually, it's funny. I had these prints made like a couple of months ago, and I had stored them away in my room somewhere. I didn't even know where the hell they were. I thought of them here and there, and I'm like, yeah, I got to bring these out because I made them to sell them, to offer to you these very limited prints. And if I remember correctly, I only made 25 of them because A, I'm poor, and at just a few bucks a pop, I think it costs anyway. It didn't, it wasn't cheap. So, and even at that, they're not. Gisley or whatever. They're not the highest quality prints, but they're good quality. As you can see, they're slightly glossy. They're heavy gauge paper, and they are $20 each. And although my signature is there, whoever you are, I will autograph them in the back with my real signature by hand with your, to whoever you may be, John Smith there, John Doe Dane, whatever. And actually, let's see, because I know I sold a couple of them, and I have a couple of them also in my portfolio where I keep my large original drawings. And I'm pretty sure I made only 25 of them. And so there's a couple of my portfolio. So three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Yeah, there's about, I don't know, there is. Yeah, it's about, see, I sold to it. So there's probably 23 left. So again, if you're interested, if you're an American, well, let's see, with the shipping, shipping is, I'm going to say the shipping's 15, so 35 US, which, by the way, I'm not even sure that's $15 to ship. It could even be more than 15. But anyway, regardless, if it's 35, let's say it's 35 Canadian, well, then for you Americans, it'll probably be like, I don't know, maybe 25 to 30. So you're saving money right away there. And I ship flat because if I know that if I were to ship with a tube, it's probably going to cost like almost $20 with the tube. So, but you can see they're beautiful, beautiful pieces. And I drew this a few years ago. And it's funny, it's one of the few cars I think I've ever seen with this color. I think it looks fantastic. I actually seen a Tucker back, I think, in '96 with my friend Tim Lindeman. It was a good friend of mine, childhood friend, and we both went to the exhibit at the Museum of Fine Arts downtown here in Montreal, and they had these very exceptional rare show cars, a vintage. It was a Chrysler Newport, and I don't remember what else, but it was the Tucker, and it was silver or gray like this, whatever. And my friend, he touched it, and he says, "Elton, I touched a Tucker." It was a big deal, I mean, so for those of you who don't know, what's amazing about these cars and what made Francis Ford Coppola make the movie Tucker: A Man in His Dream in 1987, starring Jeff Bridges, is that the car, for one thing, it was totally unconventional. It had torque converters on every wheel, or that's what it was advertised as on the original prototype, the Tin Lizzie. There were only 50 of these cars made. There's only like 45, 46 that survived. They're worth hundreds, if not millions of dollars now. More importantly, there was a rear engine. It was a rear helicopter air cooled engine. And the performance was astonishing for the time. For 1948, these cars could go from 0 to 60 in like 10 seconds, which was unheard of because usually it would have been 20 to 25 seconds. And most cars were still powered by six cylinders. And this is a big car too, and you can see it has such imposing, sexy lines. All thanks to Mr. Preston Tucker. And the story goes is that he made the 50 cars, but he was convicted on fraud, alleging that the cars were made of scrap cars and that they did not really have all the features mentioned, and it was mail fraud. So it's quite an amazing car, and I'm happy to have seen one, and I'm happy to have done this drawing a few years ago. Here's the original right in the back here. So you can see the original has a slightly better quality to it. I even actually had put, me, I'm always business minded with the stuff I do, what I love, whether it's the vintage ads, which I have too many of them. I never sell my models though. And so whether I have my drawings or vintage advertisements, I put it all online. I had put this for sale for $90. So I figured it was a fair price, for something that did, was a good amount of work, but not too much or anything. Thanks, of course, to the internet and computers that I was able to do this, because imagine how hard it would have been to find a picture of the freaking factory, which, by the way, the factory was apparently an old Dodge plant, and apparently I think it was the size of like 3 football fields. And when Preston Tucker saw it, he's like, "Yeah, I'll take it." That's how ambitious. It was probably the most ambitious man of the 1940s. Again, it was this is actually the second Tucker that I drew actually in this series of cars that I had been drawing, well, on sort of on and off from like 93 up when I was like 18. The other one I drew, I actually gave it to my mom. So and it was green. It was actually I drew it from a collectible automobile photos. So yeah, of course, it's like the Teespring t-shirts you see advertised below. They're not exactly cheap, but again, anything that's rare or especially that's created by somebody who's somewhat known. In my case, I'm sort of a quasi celebrity, like known throughout the world here and there. Then again, you're going to pay more. So you're getting something of high quality, and it's very rare. I don't know when I'm going to make more prints. I do what I can, and yeah. So if you're interested, just let me know, and or you can get in contact with me with my email, which is again my email is eltonmcfall@hotmail.com. eltonmcfall@hotmail.com, and you can also find me on Facebook and get in touch with me there. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care. And actually, I have a few more other art prints I have to dig out, but they're not. There's only maybe 2, 3 of them I have this size I did years ago. So thanks. By the way, if you want, you can always ask me to cut off the white borders if you're serious about buying these, like I did with 2 others that aren't here. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye bye.